The Boy Who Stole the Moonlight. In the sleepy village of Silverbrook, nestled between tall mountains and vast fields, there was a legend. The moonlight never shone as brightly as it did on the night of the harvest festival. It was said that whoever could catch a piece of the moonlight would be granted a single wish. Every year, the villagers would gather, gazing at the bright moon, hoping for a miracle. But one year, something strange happened. Ilara, a curious young girl, stood outside her home, watching the sky. The harvest festival was only hours away, and she could already see the moon rising, full and golden. Her grandmother had told her stories of the moonlight thief, a boy who was said to steal moonlight and carry it in a jar. But Ilara didn't believe in such tales. Who would want to steal the moon? It was just light after all. As the festival began and the villagers danced, something eerie occurred. The moon, once so bright, began to dim. Slowly it faded, until only a pale shadow of its glow remained in the sky. Where did the moonlight go? Ilara whispered, eyes wide. Before she could ask anyone, she saw him, a boy. He was standing at the edge of the field, his hands cupped around something glowing. It was soft and bright, like the moon itself, but smaller. He held it close to his chest, a look of triumph in his eyes. He turned and saw Ilara staring at him. "Are you stealing the moonlight?" Ilara asked, her voice full of wonder and confusion. The boy smiled. "I'm not stealing it. I'm borrowing it, and I need it for something important." The boy introduced himself as Kale. He was no older than Ilara, with wild hair and eyes that sparkled like the stars. But there was something strange about him. Whenever he moved, the air seemed to shimmer. Kale explained that he had always been able to catch the moonlight, and for years he'd kept it hidden far away from everyone. No one knew about the moon's secret magic, how it could be captured, and how it could grant wishes. But Kale had learned a terrible truth. The moon's light was fading, and it would disappear forever unless someone took it and gave it a new home. "I'm not stealing it," Kale said softly. "I'm saving it. The moonlight has been stolen before, by time, by greed, by fear, and I'm trying to give it a chance to shine again." Ilara felt a pang of sympathy. She had never realized how fragile the moon's light could be. "So, what are you going to do with it?" Kale hesitated, looking at the glowing ball of light in his hands. "I need to take it to the top of the Silverstone Mountain. That's where it belongs. Only there can it shine bright enough to save the night sky." Ilara and Kale set off together, leaving the village behind. The journey to Silverstone Mountain was long and difficult, but they didn't mind. Kale told Ilara stories of the old moon myths, how the moon had once been a living being, full of wisdom, and how it had watched over the world for as long as anyone could remember. As they climbed the mountain, the moonlight in Kale's hands began to flicker. The closer they got to the peak, the more it dimmed, like it was losing its strength. "Why is it fading?" Ilara asked, concerned. Kale frowned. "The moonlight is delicate. It needs the right place to shine. The top of Silverstone Mountain is the only place it can grow stronger again. But if I don't get it there soon, it will fade into nothing." At the top of Silverstone Mountain, the moonlight was almost gone, just a faint glow in Kale's hands. He stood at the edge of the cliff, looking out at the stars. The moon had almost completely disappeared. "I'm sorry," Kale whispered to the moon. "I didn't mean for it to fade this way. I only wanted to save it." Alara stood beside him, feeling the cold night air. "Is there anything we can do?" Kale nodded slowly. "There's one last thing I can try. I can give my wish to the moon. Maybe that will bring it back." With trembling hands, Kale held the moonlight high above his head. His voice was quiet, but full of hope. "I wish the moon's light would shine forever, so no one will ever forget its beauty again." The sky went silent. Then, just as quickly as it had dimmed, the moonlight blazed back to life, brighter than ever before. The moon itself shone down on the world, casting silver light over the mountain, the village, and beyond. Kale smiled, his face glowing with relief. It worked! The moon is safe now. Kale turned to Alara, his eyes full of gratitude. "Thank you for believing in me. I couldn't have done it without you." Alara smiled back. "I'm glad I met you. But you didn't steal the moonlight after all, did you?" Kale chuckled. "No, I just borrowed it for a little while, to make sure it would always shine for everyone." As the two of them made their way back to the village, the moon rose high in the sky, its light spreading across the world. Alara knew she would never forget the boy who saved the moon, the one who had stolen its light only to give it back brighter than before. True gifts, whether it's love, talent, or knowledge, aren't meant to be kept to ourselves. They're brightest when we give them away. You don't have to be important, powerful, or famous to make a big difference. Kindness and courage often come in quiet forms. Good intentions matter, but wise choices matter more. And if we don't think them through, good intentions can have consequences. Working together brings healing. Kale couldn't save the moonlight alone. Alara's support showed that cooperation, not isolation, often leads to success. True wishes aren't selfish. They help others shine too. Kale uses one wish to restore the moon for everyone, showing that the best wishes are those made for the good of all. You don't always need to understand someone to believe in them. Alara trusted Kale even when his mission seemed strange. Her belief gave him strength and reminds us to keep open hearts. Not all thieves take for greed. Some take out of fear or love. So be slow to judge too, as there's often more to every story.